Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We wanted to take a little time to talk to you about our experience with an internet provider that we've been testing out over the past 6 months.
But before we do that, we want to take a minute to introduce ourselves. I'm Mandy.
And I'm John.
We are full-time RVers and we travel the country sharing our RV experiences on the road with this YouTube channel. We share in-depth campground and destination tours, along with other RVing related topics.
Today we wanted to share with you all this broadband internet provider that we've been trying out the past 6 months. We will talk about some of the specs and plan options, as well as our overall experience. We will also do a speed test for downloads and uploads to see how well the internet performs.
Now to share with you the name of the internet and how it works. Viper Broadband Internet utilizes the 4G LTE data connection sent from local area cellular towers to connect to your home, business, or RV.
A single LTE modem router can support up to 32 wireless devices at once. An optional antenna can be installed for even greater range if needed. Also, you don't have to worry about phone lines being installed. You just open the box, put the antennas in all the right connections, and plug it right in. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Let's talk about some of the features. No throttling, no data limits, no contracts, no hidden fees, no credit checks, fast internet speeds, unlimited 4G LTE for $129.99 a month. There are 2 plans to choose from. The pink plan is through AT&T and the blue plan is through Verizon. We chose the pink plan since we already had a Verizon router and account previously that we use now as a backup. This way we always have 2 options to make sure we have an internet connection for work.
There are a few options of routers to choose from. The basic 4G LTE router for $200, the mid-grade 4G LTE router for $449.99, or the 5G LTE router for $549.99, which is the fastest of the 3 and the router that we use and recommend. Now let's do a speed test and see how well this works.
Okay, so we are going to do a speed test now for the Viper Broadband. So let's start the test now. This will test download and upload speeds. We only have 1 laptop connected.
Around 82.
Yeah, so download speed was 82.47. And upload, we're at 26.02.
And here's how the router was set up when we did that speed test. When this indicator here is blue for 5G, that means we're using 5G in the area. So what we were showing you was at 5G. Now this will be orange when it's not available in the area, and then you're switched over to the 4G here, which is pretty good too. So what we showed you tonight in the test was actually 5G through Viper, using this 5G router that we got.
We wanted to just point out a couple of things. First, there's a big sticker at the front that basically tells you don't hit reset. If you do, you'll have to send it back to the company. Secondly, it really is just plug and play. We plugged it in, lights started going. Also, these antennas, they all have to go in specific ports. So you've got to be careful when we're putting this together. And then finally, there are ports in the back. There's the LAN and the WAN ports that are in the back that you could plug right into a desktop computer. So now we want to talk about our overall experience with Viper. One of the first concerns we had was customer service. If you've watched our other video on our old provider, customer service was really an issue. And this was something we wanted to make sure that if we were partnering with somebody, that the customer service was good. So the first thing we did was look up reviews, and they were positive for this internet provider, which already made us feel pretty comfortable. For our personal experience, we've only had to deal with customer service once. We were given advance notice that the SD card that we had was going to expire and we were going to need to replace it. Extremely well communicated from them through email, and when we got the new SD card, all I had to do was call them, or not even call them, text them that we had it, and they walked me through the steps. immediately, and it was resolved within minutes. Completely different than our other provider.
Yeah, and for the SD card, all we had to do was run down to Walmart and get one that they mentioned that we had to get. Once we picked it up, we brought it back, and they worked real fast to get us back online.
But you could have ordered one from them.
Yeah.
That was just a faster solution for
Yes.
us being on the road and not being able to receive mail where we were. So, but they were very responsive, like I said, through text message, which I didn't think was going to work. I even said to John, why are we texting and not calling them? But honestly, it was very quick. They were very responsive. So we were very happy with that.
Yes, definitely. The internet speed has been phenomenal for the last 6 years. It has outperformed any other internet that we've ever used in the past 6 years.
Including at home.
Yes.
Including our home internet.
So we're super amazed with that aspect of it.
And we use it a lot. We use it for, obviously, streaming. John does his videos and uploads. I work full-time. There are many times where there are 3 or 4 or 5 devices on the router, and we have seen no slowdowns, no data caps, nothing. Everything has worked really, really well.
And for uploads, that's been the most impressive to me. Now, before, when I would upload a video to YouTube, something that's like 10 to 15 minutes long, it could take us half a day, up to 2 days for something that's like 20, 25 minutes long.
And that's not an exaggeration. He would set it, go to bed, get up in the middle of the night, make sure it was still working, and it would run, all night and into the next day.
Now, with this, when it's in 5G in the area, it could take a half hour to an hour to do the same amount for the same length of video. I mean, that is just like night and day to me. And I am just so happy that we were able to find this option for an internet.
Yeah, and we haven't had any buffering when we've been streaming anything. I've had absolutely no dropped calls during work, which, again, is not our regular experience with the other internet company. It would drop calls constantly. My connectivity would go in and out. We've really had no issues.
Yes, it worked real well in rural areas as we traveled out west this past winter. So,
and like John said, we've gone from Pennsylvania out to Arizona and then down to Florida, and we're in Mississippi now. It has worked really well everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said at the beginning of the video, we did test this for about 6 months. And that was because we don't want to promote something that we don't think is a good product. So luckily, Viper allowed us to have the equipment and test it right for you guys. That was our main goal, was to make sure that we took our time and that we were giving you what we thought and think is a solid company to work with.
Yeah, when it comes to internet. It's really hard to find a good provider out there these days that you can trust. And again, we wanted to make sure that these were trustworthy people to share with you guys before we brought them to your attention. That's why we took the 6 months to try out the product before we even told you the name of the company.
So if you're looking for an internet option, this might be the one for you.
New customers can save $100 by using our promo code RVSAVE100 now if you think this internet option will work for you. Also, if you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments about the video and the internet that we've been talking about, please leave them in the comment section below. And we'll also leave information down there where you can find out more about Viper Broadband Internet. Thanks for your time, everyone, and we hope that this internet will work for you just as well as it worked for us. See you on the next video.